Yo, welcome back to Herbistry420. I'm your host, 40. Today we're going to calculate edible dosage backwards. I don't know if you guys saw, but I did a video about calculating your total potency for your infusion. Check the link above. But let's say you just want to calculate how much cannabis you're going to use for a particular infusion. Like let's say you're going to make cookies and you want to find out how much cannabis do I have to use in order to get X milligrams per cookie, right? For example, now whether we're making cookies, brownies, gummies, it doesn't matter. What you need to know are a couple things. Number one, you need to know how many portions whatever recipe you're using is going to make. That number is important. For example, we're going to say that our cookies, we're going to use cookies as an example. We're going to say that the batch makes 20 cookies. Now, if it makes 21 cookies or it makes 19 cookies, that changes the potency of the cookies dramatically. So you need to know how many servings or what serving size the recipe you're using is going to make. Now, once you do that, obviously you want to make sure that each serving size is equal. And this will give you a very accurate dosage, right? You need to know the percentage of THC that you're using, of whatever flower you're using or concentrate, etc. So let's get into it. For this particular example, like I said, 20 cookies. And let's say that we want them to be 25 milligrams in potency. So I'll say times 25 mg. Now mind you, in this little math equation right here, it says 20 cookies times 25 milligrams. Forget the words, just 20 times 25. That gives us 500 milligrams of potency post-infusion, right? So we need to calculate what that would be pre-infusion, right? Because when you decarb and when you infuse, you are going to lose some potency, right? We're going to say 30%. So down here, I know that 500 milligrams is a number that I'm aware of because of the math we just did. And we also know that we're looking for, we know that it's 70% over 100, and what we're trying to figure out is what that number is, or what that 100 number is. So the algebra equation is 500 because we know this value, and the larger value we don't know, so it's x. This right here is equal to 70 over 100. Because this 500 is 70% over 100%. And the 100%, we don't know what that is, right? This is simple math. We do 500 times 100, which will give us 50,000, and we do x times 70, which will give us 70x. Let's write that down. So 70x is equal to 50,000. Now, in order to solve for x, what we'll do is we'll divide 70 here and we'll divide 70 here, and that will give us our answer. So if we take 50,000, we divide it by 70, that gives us 714 milligrams. I have it written down right in front because I'm not doing math like that in my head. I wrote it down already. So we need 714 milligrams, right? That is the 100%. You could do the math yourself. Take 714 and times it by 0.7. That will give you 499 point whatever milligrams, right? So how do we determine this 714 milligrams? How do we determine how much cannabis that is? Let's say we're using a 20% THC strain. So 20% THC, which is 200 milligrams per gram, right? Oops. So if we're using 20% THC, which is 200 milligrams per gram, what we would do is take that 714 milligrams and divide it by 200. So 714 divided by 200 equals 3.57 grams. So we're going to need 3.57 grams of this 20% cannabis to give us 714 grams of total potency. After decarb and infusion into butter, let's say, you're going to be left with 500 milligrams of potency. This is how you do the math. Let's do it again, and let's change a number or two, right? Let's go with 20 cookies, and instead of 25 milligrams of potency, let's do 10 milligrams of potency. So we're going to put a line right here. I'm going to say 20 cookies times 10 milligrams, which will give us 200 milligrams, right? The only difference that we changed so far is what we want each cookie to be as far as potency is concerned. Instead of making it 25 milligrams a cookie, we want it to be 10 milligrams a cookie. So we need 200 milligrams of post-infusion potency. We need to calculate for loss, right? So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put 200 over x equal to 70 over 100, right? If we do the math, 70x is equal to 20,000 in this particular example. So 70x is equal to 20,000. Again, multiplying across, x times 70 gives us 70x. 200 times 100 equals 20,000. Now we're going to divide 20,000 by 70x. So I did my calculator for this because I can't do this in my head. So 20,000 divided by 70 equals 285 milligrams, right, of total potency. So we're going to put this off to the side, and this is going to give us 285 milligrams total potency. Now, in order to find out how many grams of this weed, again, we're using 20% THC cannabis, which is 200 milligrams. So we would take 285 and we would divide it by 200. This is going to give us, let's do the math, 285 divided by 200 is going to give us 1.425, right? So we'll just say 1.4 grams of cannabis, right? 1.4 grams of the 20% THC cannabis will give us cookies at 10 milligrams each if they make 20 cookies, right? Now, if this made 25 cookies, you would take 25 times 10, etc. Change the numbers as you see fit or as you need to, right? I hope this has cleared up any confusion. I'll leave this for one more second. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. This is an important skill to have, and even though this math I know some people stopped using algebra as soon as they left school, but there are many uses for it, and this is one of them. Guys, gals, everybody, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe. You know the deal, baby. Till next time, I'm out.